that we don't teach history in our schools compulsorily is a very bad thing. It is necessary that we teach history so that our children will know where we are coming from and decide on where they are going to go to. That's one. If our children know that we were once slaves, they will not decide to be slaves by choice. People are becoming slaves by choice now, deciding to leave your country because of some problems that you face, instead of focusing and trying to challenge the issues and change the narrative and change the situation and make it better. Then what should we do again? The other thing that we have to do is to look at how we can become one. If we love each other as one people, if you take me as a person, as one of you, I'm sure you will not be able to do anything that is wrong to me. So we should come together as one, as Africans. We should see each other as one. The speaker talked about that the diaspora Africans should be brought back to Africa, and we should see each other as one, so that when we make decisions and policies, these policies will lead us to a better future than we have now. So that is one of the things that we should do. We should teach ourselves, please, we should teach our children what is right so that we'll be able to do what is right in our land.
Thank you very much. Look at your program. We're going to have voices from the audience. We're about 800 in this room, but we're going to take like 3 persons. And just to alert them, we're going to go to the royal environment. His Royal Majesty Oba Professor, it's another Professor, Saka Matemilola Lowu of Owu Kingdom. We're going to ask you to speak for about a minute. And then we'll go to a member of our Board of Trustees, Chibayo Ojo, former Minister, Attorney General, member of the International Court of Justice, everything. We want to listen to you, sir. And then there'll be a 3rd person. So for now, we have as our respondent for this segment of the program, Christiana Ajayi from Roseborn College. Christiana Ajayi.
Miss Ajayi Christiana from Roseborn College. I'd love to celebrate Baba of Africa. Happy birthday to you, sir. And I'd love to appreciate our Professor Egosa Osage for his enlightenment and lecture about slavery and colonialism and its impact in our society. I was particularly struck about the effect of slavery in our social, political, and cultural landscape. The fact that many Nigerians are still suffering from the aftermath of slavery is a sobering reminder of the work that still needs to be done. However, I'm hopeful because I know we have the power to make a change. We can start by educating ourselves and others about the impact of slavery in our society. We could support initiatives and organizations that are working towards addressing slavery. We could also advocate economic policies and implementations that promote good, equality, and justice. To my fellow students, I urge you to continue this conversation outside this auditorium. To the adults in the auditorium, I charge you to take responsibility. Let's support our youth in making efforts to create a positive change. Let's find solutions to our problem on slavery and colonialism. Let's look ahead like other countries who have suffered the same fate. And let's work together in attaining a sustainable and just society. Thank you.
So please, that's our style here. Our style is that. Give him another applause. You are forcing it. The applause will come spontaneously. These are international, well, you know, Baba is Baba of Africa, Baba of the world. So if we went to any other gathering, you never can see after the speech, people will just applaud. So, my pleasure to invite His Royal Majesty, Oba Professor Saka Matemilola. Give us your reflections on this beautiful lecture.
And the people that have been colonized, to the extent think and want to behave like the colonizers. They believe the ways of the colonizers are the best ways. To cut it short, one of the things we need to begin to think about is how we decolonize, starting from our language. We have a lot of people now, in Africa in particular, who rather have their children in English, in French, in Spanish, rather than their native language. Horrible thing.
Horrible.
One of the things we need to begin to do, teach ourselves, teach our children to speak our language and be proud of our language, our heritage. The food we eat, for example, rather than eating burgers, we have amala, we have inyo, we have egusi, all those very beautiful, nutritious food items. How about our medicines? Rather than having to use all these chemicalized medicines, we have what nature has endowed upon us, and God has given to us free of charge. We have ewuro, bitter leaf. We have kola nuts. We have all sorts, moringa, and all sorts. To the extent that even those who colonized us are making these things for us and selling to us at very exorbitant prices. I think we need to begin to rethink, how we decolonize our own minds.
Thank you so very much.
That is one very important. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Chancellor Bell, University of Technology. I'll be calling you.
A brilliant lecture of Professor Sagib is in regards to the point he made about the slave martyring to the slave master, because if he's sick, they don't want the slave to die. But today, the citizen doesn't matter. And for me, that is the starting point towards the journey in Africa. The citizens must matter. And how can they matter? Good governance. People are going abroad, they are jackwaring because there's no good governance. So we must strive from the local government, the state, and the national level to install good governance and let our people matter. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulate Baban, say happy birthday, and also congratulate the speaker for opening our minds to exactly what we were, what we are, and what we should be. And I think it's a thing of the mind, the mindset. I think the institutions, particularly universities, should liberate the minds of our students.
Yes.
Open them internally to be very free, to be free thinkers, to be able to look forward rather than being colonized internally as we are now. One of the first respondents made a very good point. The fact that the way we dress tells you that, well, that's the best way to go. Whereas it isn't. But that's the way we've been structured to think. Like I'm saying, our mindset should be decolonized. Once you decolonize the man is free. Once you decolonize the man, his mind is totally open, even to do better and to move into the future. We should teach our languages in school. I want to reiterate again that history, and like Bells is doing now, we are studying back our history, looking at some icons in our societies to know exactly what they've done, what they are doing, and what we should also do. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. All they are quoting is according to Barack Obama, according to Winston Churchill, according to this, according to that. Coincidentally, by 2001, Baba appointed me as the Executive Secretary of the National Universities Commission. And I took it as a point of duty. Whenever I visit a university, call Senate, and I'm relating it to what our VC Bell said. I call Senate. I said, my dear colleagues, it's about time we stopped this. You talk about formatting. We need to reformat the entire thing. For us, if it is not white, it is not right. And you find so many of us in this room, almost like 80% of those of us in this room, when we're asked to address this thing, according to Milton Keynes, according to this, according to that, whereas we have hundreds of such people that we can cite. So I kept telling Senate, please, I'm not saying that you should not cite those outside Africa. But let charity begin from home. Cite those who are here. So I carry that message, and today I supervise minimum of 6 PhDs every year over the last several years. 6 PhDs and about 15 masters every year. And God help you if you are my PhD student and you bring your document to me and you do some research, you do your research, you bring your project report, the minimum that they must cite, the minimum that you must cite in your reference list should be, Dr. Aladejo, how many? What percentage? 80%. 80% of Africans must be cited in your project report. If it's not, I throw it into the dustbin. And I tell you the reason. I serve on the board of the global ranking organizations. Times Higher Education, QS ranking, all of them, I serve on the board. And I know how all these universities outrank us. It's because of citation. No, I don't know what to use, the kind of language I'm going to use. But we are so immersed in that colonial mentality that if we never cite Oyibo man, then it's not, the moment an African cites Oyibo man in his or her references for a paper, you jack up their own there. And you bring down ours. So that's my contribution. We need to rethink what we do. And to add to what His Royal Majesty and Vice Chancellor said, the language and the other things that we need to do. After this meeting, after this, I'm going to change. And my commissioner, you only need to change your own. We're going to take a short interlude now and entertainment interlude. I will set.
we gotta stop singing about Africa.
Sílẹ̀, àbáwọn bá tán nílẹ̀ o. Mi ò ní lọ sí ìkan, àbáwọn bá tán nílẹ̀ o. Adúkẹ́ wọ́n ti sí i. Mo ní kólóbá, torí mo fẹ́ fọ́mọ yìí. Mo ní ti wàrà tọ́jú sá, torí mo fẹ́ fọ́mọ yìí. Wọ́n bí mi mo tún àbúrò mi gbọ̀ngàn lábí sọ́lá mo bọ́lá bí mo jí bọ́lá mo fẹsẹ̀ gbọ̀ngàn láti tó. Sílẹ̀, bàbá wọn bá tán dènà. Kólóbá, eléré ò dá òun sí ṣàzúlà. Mo lélẹ́rẹ́ ò dá òun sí ṣàzúlà. Àwọn kan bẹ́ nílẹ̀ yìí, ojoojúmọ́ ló ń sọ mọ́ wọn kó náà jù sí ṣàzúlà. Orúkọ kékeré la fi mọ̀ bá ẹ̀bẹ̀ ní mo bẹ̀ ní o. Ìdọ̀bálẹ̀ ní màrí ẹgbẹ́ òǹfẹ́ ìyàwó mi o. Sílẹ̀, bàbá wọn bá wọn bẹ̀rẹ̀ o. Mi ò ní lọ sí ìkan, bàbá wọn bá tán bẹ̀rẹ̀ ládùúkẹ́ ọdún sí i. Mo ní kólóbá, torí mo fẹ́ fọ́mọ yìí. Mo ní ti wàrà tọ́jú sá, torí mo fẹ́ fọ́mọ yìí. Mo bí mi tó àbí èmi gbọ̀ngàn lábí sọ́lá mo bọ́lá bí mo jí bọ́lá mo fẹsẹ̀ gbọ̀ngàn láti tó. Sílẹ̀, bàbá wọn bá tán dènà. Kólóbá.
Thank you.
All my life was a paper, once plain, pure and white.
Thank you.
Leadership Institute General Martin Luther Aguaye, who incidentally is in King's College, London, for a program. He's a visiting professor in King's College, and he has to be there to deliver 1 or 2 lectures. He sent his apologies. Anywhere Baba goes to, a question used to come up: what is the challenge in Africa? And Baba's answer is quite clear: leadership deficit. Leadership deficit. And a team of global leaders, 5 prominent, proven former presidents, gathered together and approached Baba that we need to learn from our experiences and bequeath it to the new generation. Those were part of the people that formed the board of trustees of Olusegun Obasanjo Leadership Institute. Thank you very much, sir. What do they do? We are different from the normal leadership institute. Why? Because this program or this center specifically is tailored at 50% academics and 50% experience. So we are looking at experiential provisions or activities of leaders who are being tested. We have a lot of documentary videos of past leaders, successful businessmen at different levels all over the world, most especially in Africa. How did they make it? A president, a young man became the leader of the country at the age of 40, came back and became president and led the country debt-free. How did they do it? What happens in Nigeria happened in South Africa, happened in Senegal, happened in Mauritius. So this Leadership Institute is concentrating on releasing the secret of success: global success, business success, leadership success, entrepreneurial success, success in family. So we have a wealth of team of teachers, facilitators that are coming together. We have the center set up in such a way that the teaching and the learning can be staggered. So we have government coming around sending their principal officers, their permanent secretary, we have Royal Institute, we have the local government, we have families, we have the youth Who are the people that we are expecting? Anybody above the age of 18 who has interest in leadership. So we want to hand over what are the things that made these great leaders, great presidents, great established scholars successful in their career. So we are here today to tell you that the Olusegun Leadership Institute has come to take off. In a couple of weeks, we have. Who are we? We have approval from the Corporate Affairs Office, we have approval from the NUC, we have approval from the MBT, and we are connected with Best University of Technology. We are connected with King's College University in London. We are connected with Chatham House in London. We are connected with Afrexim Bank. We are connected with Desmond Tutu Foundation. Name it. I'm inviting you to be a part of this vision. Part of the things that Baba is going to leave. Who are the people teaching? Baba will be one of them. Thank you.
Is it too late? So that's it. Baba, I'm going to enroll as a student, and Governor Sule Lamido is also going to enroll. Governor Amosu is going to enroll. Yes, Governor Sule Lamido, Foreign Minister Emeritus, Governor Emeritus. I'd like to invite you to give your testimony. Who is today 88 years young, not old. Your Highnesses, Excellencies, when the person was talking about Baba being a teacher, I said, yes, I am a testimony here before I testify. He found me a rookie, uninvented, unpolished, I mean a foreign minister. When I went to London, I met Robin Cook in my first journey as foreign minister. After discussions, he said, look, Sule, for how long have you known Obasanjo? I say, well, I met him only, during politics. He said, but then, how can he be a foreign minister? How did he make a foreign minister? I said, well, I was passing by, he saw me, he just picked me up, made a foreign minister. He said, that's so? I said, yes. He said, in our country, before you become a foreign minister, the prime minister must know you very, very well, thoroughly, must test you, and then respect your capability to be able to carry the interests of the country wherever you are. So if Obasanjo didn't know you very well and made a foreign minister, two things. He's either crazy or a genius. Thank you very much. Dear Baba, good message on your birthday. On your birthday, I join your family, friends and well-wishers across the globe to celebrate your remarkable life and enduring legacy. Your journey has been one of dogged dedication to our nation. I can see Mama Adura is here. Mama Adura, let me use the power that I have to ask you to come to the platform here. Mama Adura, you're welcome. Well, I have a seat here which you've written reserved. The Holy Spirit told me that you'll be here and told me to put reserve here. So that's it there. Now, continue with the message from President Jonathan. As a former head of state and president, your contributions to our country's socio-political and economic development remain indelible. Your passion for peace, stability, and equity has continued to earn you respect and admiration across the continent. As you celebrate this milestone, I pray that God Almighty continues to bless you with good health, strength and wisdom in the years ahead. May your days be filled with joy, peace, and the satisfaction of knowing that your life has been a blessing not just to your family, but to the nation. Happy birthday, Baba. Yours sincerely, Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, GCFR, GCON. That is the first of tons and tons of goodwill messages I will receive. I will take another one, and I'm going outside Nigeria. This is by the Most Honorable P.J. Patterson. Most Honorable P.J. Patterson was for several years the Prime Minister of Jamaica. You can see him there on the screen. I read Prime Minister P.J. Patterson's goodwill message to Baba. It is with delight as a brother, that's him now, and my privileged duty as a colleague to extend to President Olusegun Obasanjo my warmest congratulations on the 88th anniversary of his Earth landing. We both had been eagerly looking forward to my being there in person for this memorable celebration. He will be 90 next month. PJ Patterson will be 90 next month. And he has planned to be here. You're going to get another message from him shortly. But I've been forced to crave his own unique appreciation of the extent by which one's freedom to travel can be inhibited by the exigencies of national circumstances. He is a kind and considerate person, which will permit him to forgive my absence, with a clear promise that I will endeavor to compensate fully in due course. I still recall with great pleasure my first acquaintance with President Obasanjo when he first visited Jamaica in 1979 to participate in a retreat of selected heads of state which Michael Manley had convened in Runaway Bay to advance the North-South dialogue on the new international economic order. His impressive contribution to the discourse reflected a recognition of historic disparities in political power, economic growth, and social provision, which a legacy of slavery and imperial exploitation had created for the developing world, particularly in Africa and the Caribbean. Little did we contemplate that it was but an early signal of a life dedicated to being at the helm of the global fight for peace, equity, and justice on Mother Earth. That soon became evident as an anchor in the eminent persons group, which was instrumental in dismantling the oppressive regime of apartheid in South Africa. Even less did it occur to me that in the course of our unrelenting struggle to redress the inequities of colonial plunder and structural racism, will become inseparable working partners and more so brothers, he and I, to counter poverty and injustice in any form or kind. It is certain that many messages to mark his 88th milestone will focus on the outstanding leadership he provided at two separate periods in Nigeria. They will probably applaud his spectacular contribution to maintaining the cohesion of Nigeria and the promotion of democracy throughout the Republic. My salute comes from the vantage point of one who has watched his spectacular work at the levels of the United Nations, the Commonwealth, the non-aligned, and the group of